All right, Shalom. All praise go to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there teaching this word in truth and sincerity. Brother Obadiah here with a sit down here for this morning. I'm just going to hit on a topic, that kind of hits, not kind of, but does hit home for me in the past when I was that old man. Honoring our parents, in particular, in my situation, my father. Okay. So I'm going to start off with Exodus 20 and 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. All right. Like most Jake, around my age, I'm in my late 30s, early 40s. That era, a lot of us grew up without a father. And me personally, I grew up without my father. He would be in and out, come get me, spend the weekend maybe once every 2, maybe 3 months. I'd have to call him. He never called and checked up on me. And as I got older, I built up a resentment for him, man. I had a genuine hate for him. Once I grew up and, you know, went into the stages of puberty and manhood, I felt like he owed me something. Excuse me. Not knowing what I was doing, I was going off. I didn't know better. I was a kid, and I definitely wasn't in this truth. I've been in this truth for 3 years, man. And I just let that go for having that hate and that utter resentment towards my father. Coming into this truth and reading these scriptures and, the Lord supping with me through the Spirit and through the teachings from the elders, through the brothers, which I learned, I had to eventually let that go. It's just a, testimony on that. All right, so let's go to Ephesians. We're going to go chapter 4. We're going to read 21 down to 24, okay? If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, after which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. Yeah, like I said earlier, once you are born again through the Spirit, you have to take off that old man. I made a video earlier about leaving your friends that you dealt with in the world, they're still in the world. You got to leave them alone. Those grudges and those resentments that you carried with you when you got into this truth, you have to mature and become a true man, because this truth makes you a man. All right? And part of being a man is, not holding on to those grudges and abiding by one of those commandments, which is honoring thy father. He's the reason why you're here, through the Spirit. You come through his seed. He may not be in the truth, or he may not have been around you when you were a kid. He may have done some fucked up things to you in the past. Like I say, in my personal testimony, my pops, he just never was around. He never did anything directly to harm me, rob me, or, said some wicked shit to me. He just wasn't there. Alright? But you gotta let go of that, and that is part of that old man. We'll go stay in the book of Ephesians. We're gonna go to chapter 6. We're gonna read verses 1 to 3. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. Again, just reiterating what I said from Exodus, from the start of the sit down. You have to honor them. You only get one of them, okay? So you just have to, deal with whatever is brought to you, all right, through the Spirit. Just realize that this is your lot, and everybody has a lot. Some brothers grew up with their fathers, and some didn't grow up with their fathers. This just the Lord through the power of Yahweh by Shem Shai, made it this way. And the Lord don't make no mistakes, man. So let that shit go, man. If you still holding on to it, if brothers that are new in the truth, this is part of, becoming that new man. You gotta let those grudges go, whether it be your mama or your daddy. Okay. We're gonna go to Sirach. This one really kind of hits home for me. Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 8 through 11. Honor thy father and mother, both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father established the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. I'll stop right there. This is verse 10. This was me, 100%. I talk a lot of shit about my pops, before I got into this truth. Man, that nigga ain't shit. He never done nothing for me. He never taught me how to be a man. He never taught me how to tie a tie, which is wicked. He never taught me how to, deal with women, how to deal with money, how to work on cars. In my eyes, he owed me something, man. And just another personal testimony, I hadn't seen my pops in over 20 years, all right? The last time I saw him, I pretty much, told him about himself. And he was down. Looked like he was about to cry, shed some tears, when I was talking to him. I talked to him like he was a dog, man. I pretty much told him, hey, man, you wasn't around me when I was a kid, when I needed you. You ain't shit. I don't need you. I didn't need you back then, and I don't need you now, And I said that to him, to his face, all right? That is definitely not glorying, thy father. I dishonored him. I shouldn't have did it, and I repented for that. And I prayed that the Lord has grace and mercy on me for what I did, because I didn't know no better, but I repent. And if I ever would have seen him again, Lord's will, I'd embrace him, tell him that I love him, and if I can help him, whatever way I can help him, I'll help him, but if not, if I don't see him, I see him on the other side. So it's all good either way, and it's all through the Spirit that I came to that realization. And the Lord opened my eyes to that, and allowed me, to get to these scriptures through the elders, through the brothers, to solidify that and make a sit down about it, okay? Verse 11. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children, okay? Again, so brothers, leave that shit in the past, man. Everything happens for a reason. So you just got to deal with it. And just know that it's your lot that you went through that. And for whatever reason, the Lord made it to where your pops wasn't there. The Lord guided his steps. Okay? Nothing's done by free will. So him not being there, him and your mom not getting along or having a difference or whatever opinion that made him walk away, it was through the Spirit. And I'll prove that with one verse. We're going to go to Proverbs. We're going to go chapter 16. We're going to read verse 9. Alright. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directed his steps. Okay. The Lord made it that way. Alright. Just deal with it. Gird up your loins as a man. Accept it. Like I said, I can speak on personal testimony because it took me over a decade, to get over it. Okay. It just wasn't meant for my pops to be in my life. Alright? It may have done me more harm than it did good if he was around. You got to look for things in perspective. The Lord works in that way, man. And, you may not understand why he's doing the things he did, but it's all for a reason. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that out, a personal testimony. But brothers and if your sisters, if you're out there listening, honor thy father and thy mother. Okay? And get deep in these scriptures. Measure the times because we're almost at the end. And I hope this was edifying. Shalom.